Good evening, Board President Rodriguez, and board members, and Superintendent Raymond. I'd like to turn your thoughts for a minute to our neighbor to the south, Elk Grove. They have 56,000 students, 64 schools. We have 15,000 fewer students than that, and 24 more schools than they have. We're carrying quite a structural load with each year. We run about a $12 million deficit because of the extra schools that we have in our district. With that money, if we had closed, say, 3 schools, we would have saved, for instance, the music program and the sports programs and the art programs that currently we are thinking of cutting. If we had closed 4 additional schools besides that, we would be saving the entire adult education program that they want to cut tonight. These are, when you close a school, they are permanent cuts. That means you have the money year after year. It is not just a one-time thing. The other thing to consider is, yes, it is difficult to close a school. Quite often it is a binding agent for a community. But if you close a school and the students go to a school that is nearby, it still becomes that binding community. It just expands a little the community. And it's something that we need to consider. If we're considering all of these cuts to our programs, it's something that we need to take seriously and look at closing some schools, even though it is a difficult, I realize, proposition. It's still something that we seriously need to consider. Thank you.
Hello, board members. My name is Alice Mercer, and I'm a teacher over at Bancroft Elementary in the district. I've been going out to some of these budget forums that you've had and following the coverage that SCTA has been doing over on Facebook. And this is my impression and my personal take on this. We've heard what I'm really hearing from people and what I feel myself is that the school board needs to lead. We've heard talk about having a parcel tax at schools for years. This is no longer the time for talk. It's the time for action. This requires political leadership. Quite frankly, we're willing to help, but that's not the teacher's job. It's not so much the superintendent's job. That is your responsibility. Hard times call for hard decisions. Trying to keep a handful of schools that are not well utilized hurts all the other schools in the district. As one parent commented at McClatchy's budget forum, we would rather have 4 slightly damaged schools rather than 5 gutted schools. On the consultant issue, the board has been looking at the issue for a long time. Now they want to do the same thing with school closures. In the immortal words of Car Talk, you can keep looking at it. I keep looking at my brother. He doesn't get any better looking. Neither school closures or consulting contracts are going to improve with age. They require action and transparency. Politics requires listening to constituents, communicating and articulating a position, and leading on issues to bring constituents along to the place they may need to go, however painful. If you have the first 2 without the third, you are not being a leader, you are just pandering. Thank you.
Board members, Mr. Superintendent, my name is Robert Whitehead. I'm an AM1 teacher, 3rd grade. I'd like to say that the $81 million of consultants that were employed over the past 2 years has caused this problem. We shouldn't have had them. We should think students first and not consultants. In the in-house training, I feel that we should have just used people inside the school district and not hired outsiders to teach us, because I wonder, did the students really benefit from their work? The teachers have been putting in $95 a month for 2 years. This is the 2nd year to support class size reduction. However, I see that my colleagues are going to have larger class sizes next year. 2nd and 3rd already went to 29 to 1. One consultant came from Georgia, taught us how to edit writing for a couple days, along with another school. Paid her her income, paid her airlines, hotel, motel, rental car, another one. The SMUD could have been hired to do the energy consulting, but we had to hire consultants. So I think this. I think by focusing on the consultants, we're in $29 million of debt. I think that we shouldn't have hired them in the first place. We wouldn't be feeling these stories that are hurting these people that go to adult education. This is my question. Why did we have to need $81 million to spend for consultants? And the question then is, did they really give our students $81 million of services? Thank you.